Oh no, my email just doesn't work. I want to send a really important email to my boss, but I just can't do it. I keep getting this pop-up all the time and I don't understand what it means. Sounds familiar? Do you also make these kind of very general statements about email issues that you face? Well, if that's the case, then you've come to the right place. Because today, we're going to talk about email issues. With me, Sonia. I'm going to take you through a couple of simple and normal regular email issues that we face. Now, normally, you can solve your email problems, by accessing the internet or even by asking a very tech-savvy friend. But sometimes it's also important to know exactly what's the issue that you're facing. Because obviously, email is something that we use all the time for work and even for personal use. So today I'm going to take you through some really simple expressions to talk about email issues. So let's go.
Subscribe and press the bell icon to receive notifications. Don't miss any new lessons.
The very first one is my email is getting full. What should I do? What do I mean by this? Imagine, you're getting this pop-up when you're trying to send an email which tells you that you can't send the email to the recipient. And what it means is that your email is actually getting full. What could that mean? It could mean that the storage space in your email, in your inbox, is full, is done. Most email accounts have some limited amount of storage space, maybe 1 GB or 12 GB for example. Now if you receive emails daily with loads of attachments, loads of pictures, etc., obviously your inbox is going to get full. That's when you can express your issue by saying that your email is getting full and you can ask for advice. The next one here is, how do I request more storage space? Now what is this storage space for? It's for your email box, for your mailbox to be able to send and receive emails. Now there are many companies which provide you an email service and they give you a standard email space. But sometimes that's just not enough. So you need extra space in your box, in your email box. What you could do then is you could speak to your service provider and tell them that I need more storage space for my email. So how do I go about that? You can even use this kind of question when you're possibly speaking to a technical advisor when you call your service provider. At least they will understand exactly what it is that they are looking for. If you just say, oh, my email doesn't work or my email box is too full, it's not very specific. The next one here, that's something similar. You could also say, I'm constantly running out of space. So if you are someone who once again receives a lot of emails with many attachments, forwards, etc., which are unnecessary most of the time, you could tell a technical expert or maybe your service provider, well, I'm constantly running out of space. I don't have enough of space to get important emails. So can you help me with that? So basically, these three sentences or expressions can be used when you are facing space-related issues with regards to your email. All right, this is how you can talk about the issue that you're facing. The next two here are sentences that you can use when you're just going to start receiving or using an email account. For example, imagine this situation. You've just joined a new workplace, all right? Everything is so new to you. You've got a new workstation. You have some idea about what you're supposed to do at work. And obviously, email is the first thing that you need to set up when you start working today. So, if you need to call up a technical advisor maybe at work or speak to a colleague of yours, this is how you could express yourself. Maybe you were told that your email ID would be created by yesterday, but today when you go to work in the morning, you don't still have an email address. So what will you say then? You could say, I haven't received my email address yet. Could you tell me what's the status on that? So I haven't received my email address yet, because you knew you were supposed to receive it by yesterday. The next one here is something similar. Possibly you told your colleague, well, hey, I haven't received my email address yet. Can you help me? So they've told you to call up a technical advisor at work, to call up technical support. How would you put across your issue then? You could say, my email account hasn't been created. Could you help me with that, please? So here you're being exactly specific about what you're looking for. Over here, if you would say, well, my email doesn't work, that's not very specific and that's not going to solve your problem. So remember, it's important to know exactly what it is that you're looking for and explain the exact issue that you have. These two sentences can be used when you are talking about possibly a new email account or a new email address. I have two more here. All right, let's see how these can be used. The first one says, I can't access my email right now. I think the server is down. Okay, there's a word here which is a server. What's a server? It's basically a remote system, a remote computing system which stores all the data. In layman's terms, it allows you to be able to use your email to send and receive email on a daily basis. So this server needs to be up and running in order for you to be able to use your email as normal. Obviously, when I say the server is down, I mean it's not working. So if this is not working, you are not going to be able to use your email. So here possibly you already have some idea now. You've become smarter using email. And that is why you're saying, I can't access or I can't use my email at the moment or right now. I think the server is down. The next one is, it could be a network issue. Now this statement you could possibly use maybe with another colleague or with someone else who's facing similar issues like you. Maybe they also can't access their email at that very moment, and possibly you have an idea because you may have checked it with someone. So then you could say it could be a network related issue. That means it's some kind of a technical issue or a glitch because of which you can't use your email. So these two right here, they can be used for any kind of server related issues or any kind of technical issues. And finally, I have two interesting expressions or sentences for you to talk about email issues. Have you heard about junk or spam email? I'm sure you have. Just like the words suggest, junk or spam email is basically like a single email which would possibly have many attachments, and it's sent to thousands or more people all across the world. They mostly have information which is of no use, all right? Sometimes you can't even see what email ID has sent you that information. Most of the times you can't even reply to an email like that. And in fact, you shouldn't reply to any kind of junk or spam email. But they do get received by us day in and day out, okay? If you check on the internet or if you check with a technical expert, there are various ways of blocking junk or spam email. However, if you are facing such an issue and you want to check with someone, how do you talk about it? You could say, how do I prevent junk or spam email? When I say prevent, I mean to say stop. How do I stop junk or spam email? The other way of expressing this could be, I keep getting spam in my inbox, which means that you are receiving it day in and day out and it's really eating up on the space in your inbox. So how do I stop it? So basically these two can be used for any kind of spam or junk mail issues. So here it is, this is how you can actually describe the exact issue that you're facing. You have sentences which you can use when you have space-related trouble with email. If you are trying to create a new email account, you can use these two sentences here. If you're facing any kind of server or network-related issues, you can express them like this. And if you're getting spammed or you're receiving junk mail, these are the kind of ways you can express your issues in. Well, I hope that this has shed some light on how you can talk about your email issues. Try not to use general statements, but use more of statements like these which are specific in nature, and that will help in getting your problem solved much easier and much faster. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll be back soon with something more interesting. Till then, you take care. Bye-bye.